Ok, ¿están listos? Este es el video del equipo de efectos visuales de Spider-Man Lotus. Para ponerlos en contexto, Spider-Man Lotus fue cancelada en internet por comentarios racistas de varios miembros del equipo. En verdad, los principales, o sea, los más públicos, es decir, el director, el Duende Verde, Peter Parker, el actor de Peter Parker, etcétera, y varios problemas de como que maltrato laboral, pero cosa de gritos así. Y bueno, este es Max Arnhammer, chequen su canal si lo quieren ver solos. Y bueno, va a hablar de por qué se salió de la producción de Spider-Man Lotus. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Max Arnhammer. I was one of the VFX artists on the now infamous Spider-Man Lotus. If you're watching this video, you're probably already aware of the situation. Maybe you've even seen one of the countless video essays documenting the...
Sí, en verdad. Yo me hice viral, tipo, tengo un video con 3 millones de reproducciones solo por hablar de Spider-Man Lotus. Es una forma muy fácil de hacer dinero. Perdón, no ganó ningún dinero por un short alfa, pero sí existe Spider-Man Racing, sí, es él. O sea, ese es de Spider-Man.
But as a quick refresher, about 2 months ago, DMs were leaked on Twitter showing the director and star of the film saying some pretty terrible stuff. While some of the DMs were fake, a lot of them were very real. And they were super shocking and disappointing to see for all of us on the VFX team, as I'm sure it was for all of you guys. The film's reputation was ruined, and it no longer aligned with what Spider-Man represents as a character.
Básicamente está hablando el video, ¿qué tal Invictus? ¿Qué tal Joy de Vengeance? Está hablando de cómo se salió del equipo de efectos visuales y cómo Spider-Man Lotus, ya saben, el Spider-Man racista cayó. Así que está hablando de eso, chequen los subtítulos, ahí está. Igual voy a hacer pausas para explicar de lo que está hablando.
This ultimately led
claro, no representa el personaje. Ey, no se olviden que se pueden suscribir con Twitch Prime gratis.
To each member of the VFX team deciding to step away from the project, which was super sad because it also meant stepping away from all the incredibly cool stuff.
¿Qué acaba de decir?
Ultimately led to each member of the VFX team.
Cada uno de los miembros del equipo de efectos visuales se fue, porque no representaba el personaje, esto de ser racista y todo.
Deciding to step away from the project, which was super sad because it also meant stepping away from all the incredibly cool stuff we got to work on while a part of it. Work that I genuinely believe may be some of the best we've ever done. Work that now may have been for nothing. Because of this, I wanted to make this video and push aside the drama for just a bit and really shine a spotlight on all the incredibly hardworking and passionate and dedicated individuals on this VFX team who made some really amazing stuff happen.
Sí, es cierto que el hecho de que hayan unos malos en el equipo hizo que la gente demeritara todo el equipo completo. Sad, qué triste.
Stuff that now we want to share with all of you guys. So
sí, en este video está la escena del balanceo. Chequenlo.
I hope you enjoy.
Sí, eso es verdad. Lord Starkiller salió un pata de la nada que decía, yo llevo 5 años planeando mi venganza. Yo me quedé como que, ¿qué? El modelo.
Hey, I'm Nero. I worked on Spider-Man Lotus alongside Justice Sketches, which of course is his legal name.
I'm Justice Sketches. I was another modeler on the Lotus team.
Oye, se ven bien jóvenes, ¿ah? Creo que eso habla bastante de que ustedes también pueden seguir sus sueños y ser así de buenos, sin importar la edad.
Today I'm talking about the Lotus model.
One of the first things I did when I came onto the project was to retopologize Spider-Man. If you don't know what retopology is, basically it's taking a model and reducing the amount of data while still keeping
Retopología.
shape and form. For all you nerds out there, this process led to us going from 3 million vertices to 400,012 743.
I started by finishing up Nero's retopology job, smoothing things out and making it look a bit more presentable. After that, I added
Ve el alfa chino, ¿no? Sí, tiene mi pelo.
seam lines are important because it gives the suit some definition.
Oye, se ve muy bien.
Obviously, the real Lotus suit has
Se ve muy bien.
seam lines because it's an actual, sewn together costume.
After retopologizing the model, I textured it, adding all the thumbprints, scratches, and all other details onto the model in general.
And then from there, it was only a matter of finishing up the webs. Hugo 9P1 did the wrinkles of the costume, which also really adds to the realism. Something the MCU films don't really utilize is...
Toma, MCU. Yeah. Así se hace el trabajo. Mentira. Sí, o sea, es cierto que el MCU no utiliza mucho las arrugas. Pero también es que no les dan tanto tiempo. Pero a ellos tampoco les dieron tanto tiempo a Jaque Mata y tampoco tenían tanto presupuesto. Y fueron más abusados.
wrinkles, but they are quite important.
After just as Yuga and I had finished our work
Sí, bueno, el traje fanmade es mejor que el primer traje del MCU.
on the model, I rigged
Que
it,
todos.
basically giving it a skeleton that we could use to start animating the model.
¿Qué tal, Lisandro?
Hey guys, we are the animators on Spider-Man Lotus. So what we would do is when the director would give us
Creo que ellos también viven en dormitorios a estudiantes. Ahora que yo vivo en uno sé reconocerlos. Cuando no hay nada de decoración, ese es un cuarto de estudiante probablemente. O un cuarto de soltero.
a shot, one of us would call dibs. And then the person who was going to do the shot would do it, finish it, and then send it off to the other guy. The other guy would add his little additions in, and then it would keep going back and forth just depending on how much changes were made, and then we'd send it off to Max so he could do the rest.
This shot, you've probably seen it countless times all over the internet because of so many leaks.
Uy, verdad, las filtraciones. Acaban de mostrar el video completo, así que no se preocupen.
And it took months and months of work. So I did this whole shot. I animated the whole shot, but something was wrong with it. Not a big deal. I didn't get that far into it. I'll do it again. I reanimated it again. Something was still wrong with it. So I had to reanimate it a third time. And then the third time I reanimated, there was again something wrong with it. And Otis, do you want to guess what I had to do after that?
Actually, I'm
tuvo que
kind of
hacer?
lost on that one. You might have to tell me what you did.
I'll help you out. I had to do it for a fourth time. I was finally happy with this shot.
Como 4 renders, algo así, eso es lo que entiendo. A la verga. Sí, el video también me está haciendo sentir mal. Le están dando todo al proyecto.
Except that I
Mira
wasn't.
qué
and I ended
bellísimo.
up doing it 3 more times.
Lo hizo 4, 5, 6, 7 veces. Más a la mierda. Qué bravo.
After that. After so much pain and so much hard work and blood, sweat, and tears and all sorts of other bodily fluids, Audith finally arrived on the scene. My knight in shining armor. My beautiful knight in shining armor. And he came in, he
fue
picked up the
ayudarlo.
shot, he polished off the last little bit of it and just made it mwah, chef's kiss.
I hated a specific shot on this. It is one of my proudest shots in the movie, the fire escape shot. Let me tell you something about Blender, folks. If you're a beginner in Blender, the camera
Eso es esfuerzo, hermano. Eso es esfuerzo.
ain't your friend. The camera wants to kill you. It took me a week to fix this camera, and I do not think it's 100% even today. On a positive note,
Ah, no, sí les pagaron, sí. Creo que sí les pagaron. Estoy 90% seguro que sí les pagaron. A los que no les pagaron fueron a los artistas de storyboards. Pero igual al final sí les pagaron también.
though this shot was very fun to work on, I had a lot of fun with the animation. It was purely concept art that I brought to life.
Wow.
But for the rest of my life, I will hold a grudge against that disgusting camera that Blender has.
So regardless of what's happened
Le pagaron pero con tremenda funa.
with the movie, there was a lot of hard work, a lot of time, a lot of effort that went into this film over the past year. There's a lot of
Mucho
shots that we
esfuerzo.
finished, but there's also a lot of shots and ideas that we never got to finish or never even got to use.
¿Qué? O sea, ¿ya no hay? No, sí debe haber gente tratando de terminar la película, pero ya no de los mismos.
I really hope you guys got a little bit of an understanding of what it is that we did. When the shot rolls around, I hope you guys enjoy it.
On to you, Max, with this amazing high quality transition.
Quedan bien.
Wow, Hunter, that transition was fucking terrible.
¿Qué hizo Max?
It was my responsibility on the film to make those beautiful animations look even better. My plan of attack, attempting to
Fuah, no me digas que eso es
faithfully
animación.
recreate the greatest city in the world.
No me digas que eso es
Wow,
animación.
Max, how are you gonna do that? I'm so glad you asked, because the answer is
No, fueron hace años, pero hay algunos de hace un año o algo así.
incredibly simple. With this little thing
Pero lo que sí es cancelable es cómo trataron a su equipo.
called reference. I traveled all around the city gathering photos and videos that I could use
Ah, la mierda, caminó por la ciudad. Qué bravo. Para los que no sepan, Nueva York sí es medio shady and stuff, pero es bonita. Nunca he ido, pero eso me dicen.
to recreate
O sea, he estado en Nueva York, pero solo en el aeropuerto, como 5 o 6 veces.
real New York locations. And when my reference wasn't enough, I used Google Street View to virtually return to any location I needed. All of this data allowed me to get far more accurate and better results when creating my digital sets. For some shots, I was able to project this material onto simple geometry, and for others, I used it as a guide to create the sets almost entirely from
There we go.
scratch. After that, I did about 100,000 other things to make the shots actually look good. Here's the final product.
No, vamos a ver el producto final épico. Se ve real. Espera, le voy a dejar el volumen por el copyright. A ver. Ojo, ojo. Ojo. Banderita, bien dado. ¡Wow! ¡Qué hermoso! ¡Qué hermoso! Es bellísimo. Es mejor que el MCU. ¡Qué increíble! ¡Ah, la madre! ¡Qué buena! ¡Qué buena!
Clarify some of the misconceptions that have been going around regarding our treatment from the.
Eso es buen CGI, hermano. Eso es buen CGI hecho por fans. Me atrapaste. Eso es cine. Ala, yo pensaba que Lotus era uno de esos filmes hechos por amigos de bachillerato. Sí, es algo así, pero con un montón de presupuesto. Porque usaron un GoFundMe para que les pagaran. No he visto Stargirl todavía. Voy en la temporada 4 de Better Call Saul iniciando. Uy, que te pones el traje Nightwing y sales a batallar con... Juan Boom, esa postura. Aquí está mi postura, crack. Impecable. Hay que seguir con el video. Y ahí está mi postura, aquí está.
We really do appreciate all the messages we've been getting. Really nice, however.
Ah, ya, perdón.
There is
Voy a volver a poner.
Before we leave you guys, we just wanted to clarify some of the misconceptions that have been going around regarding our treatment.
Van a aclarar la gente que habla acerca del trato que ellos tuvieron en básicamente a la hora de trabajar. Supongo que se refiere a lo que la gente dice, que fueron abusados verbalmente por el director, cosas así. Van a aclararlo.
We really do appreciate all the messages we've been getting. Really nice. However, there is a lot of information out there that is just simply untrue or it's been exaggerated. So that's why we want to just clear the air a little bit.
Prior to this team coming together, there was a former VFX team on the project.
Ya había un equipo
One of the
antes.
members of this VFX team, who hadn't been working on the film for several months, made a Twitter thread talking about their experiences on the
Ya, alguien que ya no estaba en el equipo hace 6 meses puso esos tweets. Ya, eso ya lo sabíamos.
film. That Twitter thread is kind of unintentionally responsible for a lot of the misconceptions going on about the VFX work on this project.
Some of us who are on this new, more recent VFX team weren't on the old one, so we can't speak for everything that happened.
Claro, o sea, ellos son los nuevos, los que entraron después. O sea, no pueden hablar sobre lo que ocurrió antes, ¿me entiendes? Esa postura, aquí está mi postura Invictus. Impecable. Grande Invictus.
Happened there, but what we can say is that a lot of the experiences that we shared on this team were not the same as the one on the old one.
On the other hand, Max and I were a part of that original team, and what I experienced was completely different from what was
Espera, ¿ellos son el nuevo equipo? ¿Y ellos también renunciaron? A la madre.
talked about in that thread. So something that was hammered home was the time crunch, and I know he did clarify after he made that tweet. A lot of that was not Gavin's fault. Gavin gave ample time for them to complete their work, and even offered to push back the initial release date of the trailer so that they could finish what needed to be done. They kept reassuring him that it would be done and be done in time. On the day of the release, we still weren't done yet. Gavin had to go live and temper down fans because we were still rendering the video. And once we had the render finished, he just threw it into After Effects or Premiere and posted the trailer to everyone.
Cool.
So yes, there was a crunch, but was
Sí hubo un crunch, o sea que los hizo trabajar así de más.
it really Gavin's fault entirely?
Pero según ellos no fue culpa del director.
No.
As for my involvement with that previous VFX team, the only unprofessionalism I experienced the entire time was from that VFX team themselves.
Now to speak about the treatment for this current VFX team, I think I can speak for about everybody on this team where I think we were all very well treated from day one to the final day. I remember getting so many texts just with love and support and high praise all the time. And if we had ever seen anything even kind of reminiscent
O sea, Gavin sí les dio apoyo a ellos.
to the behavior that
Sí, iba a hacer su debut al cine. O sea, cine... Sí, cine hecho por fans.
you
Pero
see
igual
in the
cine.
DMs, we would have left the project immediately. It is as simple as that.
At no point on the project did I feel stressed out due to a lack of time, because you always reassured that at the end of the day,
Nunca
Spider-Man
se
Lotus is a
estresaron.
fan film and we shouldn't
Así
stress out
que
about it.
bien.
So on a final note, I just wanted to say that I think I speak for all of us. This is definitely one of like the best collaborations that we've all ever been a part of. I just wanted to thank you guys for sitting here and watching all the shots that we did. It really means a lot, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you guys all
Qué
for
triste, se ven
sticking
como
around
muy
and
buenas
watching.
personas, en serio.
Have a good day. Bye.
Ahí está Alfa
Bye.
asiático.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Sayonara.
En serio me parece bien triste todo lo que les ha pasado. Y bueno, al final ellos
Hi, I'm Max Arnhammer. I was
Ellos
one of
también.
the VFX artists.
también se fueron. O sea, ¿qué equipo queda? ¿Qué equipo queda en la película? ¡Hala! Pero en verdad, simples comentarios finales. Obra de arte, en verdad. ¿Qué obra de arte esta cosa es? O sea, sí se ve que se puede pulir un poco más, pero... esto es cine. Esto es cine, sinceramente. Arte. Muy increíble. Muy increíble.